I don't think you understand.
Nope. We don't need that for anybody to be nowhere.
I mean, I was going to take a picture.
We're live.
That's fine. I was going to take a picture and send it to you. But I couldn't find a way without anybody noticing me. I had to buy jumper cables and I was an adult. I bought jumper cables. I had to buy some nice smelling stuff for my car. And I had to buy wiper blades.
Okay.
So I couldn't hunt what I normally hunt. So I had to be an adult and be responsible. But you thought us being live would get me to stop talking?
I mean, I was hoping it would.
Nah, son.
Nah,
That's not how it works.
That's not Leroy for life.
Nope.
Welcome to Press Play. We're the News 19 Nerds. I'm Michael.
I'm Leroy. You thought fatherhood was going to change me? I'm still the reprehensible young rapscallion that I've always been.
I mean, some of those adjectives are correct. Young, maybe not so much.
Oh.
Just saying.
Slander.
Just say it. Yeah, we're here talking about stuff. Leroy is just filling me in on his life. I didn't ask.
Hey, go to Ollie's, y'all. You never know what you could find.
Yeah, go to Ollie's.
Hey, man, I found a lot of omnibus at Ollie's and a lot of graphic novels.
Okay, cool.
And other stuff.
And other stuff. There we go. That's great. Oh, this is interesting. So you gonna do it like this?
Huh?
Gonna do it like this?
Well, I was putting the chat.
I mean, I think it makes sense.
Yeah, I was trying to put the chat up here.
Yeah, sure. IMAX said, "Let's go Heat."
What do you mean, let's go? It's gone. This Guyana's is going home.
Oh.
That's venison.
Oh. Wow. All right.
Talk about let's go Heat. Jimmy Butler over here.
Man.
And this is the thing. Jimmy Butler supposedly was the problem on the 76ers. The 76ers are 76ers are gone, and Jimmy Butler is still killing the game down there in Miami.
Now, this is the man who is not the sports expert. I followed every once in a while. Didn't the 76ers were supposed to be, I mean, they were good last year, but they got knocked out.
They're supposed to be good because they tanked. And they tanked for first-round draft picks, and they haven't done.
But the reason I'm saying all that to say is, last year, like, the regular season, they were good. And they didn't do
regular season doesn't matter.
Right. Let me finish my statement.
Okay, go ahead.
But I'm saying they had all this hype of being good. But
they have this hype every year. They do.
Never mind.
They're trash.
Never mind.
They fired their coach. But yeah. So basically what's going to happen is it's going to be from the East, the Celtics versus the Lakers. That's what's going to happen. So.
Wasn't that a video game, Lakers versus Celtics?
It's the best video game. That's real life, son.
That's
That's the only rivalry that matters. Right now, because ain't nothing else going on.
All right.
Oh, yeah, hockey. I forgot. My bad, y'all. If y'all hockey fans.
Hey, you know what sport I'm excited about?
What?
Kentucky Derby's tomorrow. You know I love me some horse racing.
Isn't that like...
Especially for the Triple Crown. Oh, I love watching Triple Crown.
Hadn't Peter shut y'all down for that?
You would think so. Because the thing that they don't report on is a lot of horses don't make it.
Nope.
And
they still shooting them?
I don't know. Hats off to NBC Sports for shooting around, like coverage-wise, whenever the horses fall and whatever happens to them. Because they're there, 8-10 hours a day, and like, what happened to the horses? Whatever, it doesn't matter. But yeah, I'm excited for the Kentucky Derby tomorrow.
Ryan Porter, your 76ers. I really hope y'all find a coach. Ben Simmons, and the Heat are going to get scrubbed just like that Dune trailer from the bubble.
So, I saw the Dune teaser.
You did?
Yeah, because it's in front of Tenet. Yeah, I saw it Thursday.
What'd you think?
I was like, this looks wild. And in the best way. I was like,
yeah,
this looks cool.
Oh my gosh.
This looks, yeah, it looks very good. So I guess the real trailer comes out September 9th, according to the teaser.
Oh, they go drop that thing early. They got to.
In the movie, they showed this thing, and they were like, full trailer September 9th.
I got a feeling they go drop that early.
I don't know.
Because it's hard to keep something like that a secret, especially when you've already released the teaser, because I knew it was supposed to be in front of Tenet, and Tenet was released this week. You saw it Thursday. I hadn't had a chance to see it yet. Mm-hmm. I got a feeling it's got to come on the internet sometime within this weekend.
Probably.
So
Yeah.
Brian Gamer, we will have watched Raised by Wolves. We'll talk about that later tonight.
We are?
Yeah, we are.
Oh, okay. We got a lot of reviews we got to do.
No, not really.
Okay.
What?
I don't know.
We can't do Tenet because I hadn't seen it.
We still haven't done Umbrella Academy.
I hadn't started it.
I guess you haven't started The Boys yet either, huh?
Are you crazy? No.
Just saying. It's good stuff.
That
Boys season 2. Oh man,
that Blink.
The boys are back to being bad, and I love it.
That Blink just came out today. You thought I was gonna watch that?
Yeah.
Oh, that's cute.
All right, fair enough.
Anyway.
So that's a bunch of future stuff. What are we talking about present? What are we talking about today?
Let's start off with Nintendo, since you're the Nintendo aficionado.
I mean, yeah, but this was more your topic that you wanted to
Reason
discuss.
why I brought it up is because we just had the information about the Nvidia dropped all their mortgage payment graphics cards.
I think they said the RTX 3090.
1500.
1500.
Yep.
That's just the graphics card.
Yep.
So that
keep in mind the 30.
You probably got to buy the motherboard now and the new CPU to run all this new stuff.
Well, remember what was the highest in the 2080? Is it
2080 and 2080 Ti? Yeah.
That was 1200. So that was 1200, and this one is 1500, and that's just the card. So the reason why I bring it up is because a couple of weeks ago we didn't get a chance to talk about it. Me and you had been talking about this back and forth. Nvidia does make some of the chip specs for the Switch. There was a rumor that there's a new Switch coming out sometime
first quarter 2021.
So that could be around March.
January, February, March.
So it's smart not to drop something right now because the holiday season, COVID, you're going up against the two juggernauts right now. Do you want to Switch Pro?
So as the person who loves Nintendo, as a matter of fact, I was playing Animal Crossing before I came into work. Y'all, Angel Grove Island is killing it.
He was playing
right
Animal
now.
Crossing at work?
Not tonight. I was last night. I haven't played it tonight because I've been watching The Boys. If I wouldn't watch The Boys, I would be playing. But just to give y'all a heads up, Animal Crossing, Angel Grove, the name of my island, is killing it right now. I got all the bugs you can have without time traveling, all the bugs, fish, and sea creatures up until this point without time traveling. So just keeping it going, feeling good.
All right.
But I say all that to say, yeah, I love my Switch. I would be happy if they did an upgraded version of the Switch that maybe gave me a better screen, a better battery, and maybe a little bit better of a processor. But I don't think it's feasible for anybody to think you're going to get a 4K portable machine.
No. I'm not saying 4K. I'm saying...
No, I know you're not, but some people have said that.
Who?
And that's what I'm saying.
Who are these?
People. It's a thing on the internet.
Really?
Yes.
These people?
Not these people. But some people...
Because these people are smart.
Some people want a 4K Switch. And I think that sounds cool, but like feasibly, if a RTX new card is $1,500, you want a 4K portable system? That's crazy. I just need it to be a little bit better. Somebody on IGN was talking about they would love to be able to play a game like Cyberpunk on the Switch.
Yeah.
If that could happen, that'd be awesome.
I would.
I don't think...
Not
that you could only play it on Switch, but that you could go between portable and handheld.
I understand it, but I don't think a game... Like, look how long it took them to get The Witcher 3 onto the Switch. And that's nowhere close. They say, correct me if I'm wrong, but isn't Cyberpunk twice the size?
I mean, it's some exponential size of the
at least
game,
it's at least twice to 3 times the size of The Witcher. Was it Midnight City? Called Midnight, the city itself.
Nightwire?
Whatever the city's called. That place is bigger than, I forgot what the Witcher continent is called.
It's called a continent, right?
Huh?
Isn't it just a continent?
No, it's there.
That's the name on the show.
But it actually has a name.
Okay, cool.
There's oh man, if I had to ask myself that, I could have remembered all the different zones or regions. But I guess what I'm asking is, correct me if I'm wrong, it doesn't support Bluetooth. The Rumble controllers has been an issue. So, Nintendo has apologized for that.
It is amazing. A company that is known for good quality products, it is amazing that they released the Joy-Con as they did, that knowing it had a big problem. Because usually, for the most part, Nintendo products don't break and they last forever.
Oh yeah, I mean you still go, just dust
I,
off an NES and that thing still works. I
have a Game Boy that works.
I do too.
So I mean,
I got a Game Boy and a Game Boy Advance that still works.
Yeah, those products work.
The Nokias of video games.
It's amazing that they released those Joy-Cons in the state that they were. The workaround with that is having a Pro controller. You don't have to worry about a Joy-Con, but that's another $70-$80 you would need for the controller. So I get it. But yeah, I would be down for a Switch Lite, or not a Switch Lite, a Switch Plus, because I'd probably end up giving my Switch Plus to like my niece and nephew or something like that. Yeah.
Yeah. I wonder what they could be doing. Sorry, Brian Gamer said they're not getting past Boston.
Brian Gamer, me and you, we are going to figure out this PlayStation thing because I have Avengers coming in the mail. I want to play with you, man, and I keep sending you an invite, and you're not coming back at me. So let me know. Keep going.
But, so I guess what I want to know is because I have a feeling that people who really want a 4K Switch are not real, and I'm not trying to be dismissive, are not really Nintendo fans. Because the reason why I say this is because if you're a Nintendo fan, you understand Nintendo's has never really been about the best graphics, the most expensive console. They've been about a gameplay and experience. So so expecting a 4K experience from a handheld when you see how much these prices of cartridges, RAM, all of this stuff costs, to get a 4K experience from a Switch is a tall order, under $300 to $400.
For sure, and I think I won't go as far as to say they're not Nintendo fans. I just think they want the world because they love Nintendo so much. But yeah, I think anybody who is a Nintendo fan knows that ever since the Wii, because before they were trying to compete with like the PlayStation 2s and the Xboxes in terms of power. But once they went to the Wii, they were like, "Yep, we're going to be something different. We don't have to be the most powerful as long as you're thinking about us. We can be your second console."
Yeah.
Because I mean, let's say for every Xbox person, they also buy a Wii. If you're a PlayStation person, you also buy a Wii. They're fine with that either way. So I would be happy with the new system. I do think it's telling that for the most part, the latter half of this year to the end of 2020, Nintendo doesn't have a lot of great first-party games coming out. They did do that Mario 35th Anniversary Direct that had...
You were excited about that.
They had the Mario 3D All-Stars, which has Mario 64, Mario Sunshine, and Mario Galaxy 1 in one package. I think that's pretty cool. I wish they had gone the extra step of fully remastering those games. Like the Mario 64 port is essentially just a 64 port because it's still in 4:3. It's not even 16:9, which is crazy. I think the Mario Sunshine has been optimized for 16:9 widescreen, and they kind of optimized Mario Galaxy. Sounds nice, but for $60 it is a lot. I don't know. Yeah.
I guess I'm wondering is because if you are getting let's say you're gonna skip this generation, you're gonna wait for these consoles, these two big consoles that are coming out, these supposedly coming out. I'm just saying. I mean, Sony's over here doing raffle for a chance to buy it, and Microsoft is like, hey, we don't know how much we're going to sell them for.
But they have, I mean, recently, like whenever they made that Halo announcement about the Halo Infinite being delayed, they also said Xbox is coming out in November.
Yeah, I understand that. They also said, so a lot of these games are coming out. So I don't know what to believe. Until I see it out, all bets are off. But the reason why I say this, if you're going to skip these, or let's say you miss out, what's going to make somebody dump this Switch to get a new updated Switch?
I think having a more powerful Switch, people will upgrade. Nintendo has kind of conditioned people with the video game market. People talk about Sony and Microsoft doing like that mid-gen upgrade between like the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One X. Nintendo was doing that for a while with your handheld in terms of going from like your 3DS to 3DS Lite,
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah, so I mean, they've been doing those mid-gen upgrades. So if they were to release, and a matter of fact, they kind of did it when they released a new version of the Switch that is the same processor but has a better battery life, and people bought that. So if they were to bring out a new system, I think people would buy it because they're in that ecosystem and they're used to it. And if you were to bundle it with something, I don't know, like
Breath of the Wild 2?
Oh, I don't think that's ready.
I'm just saying. I mean,
not first quarter. I don't think you get that first quarter. You might get that Christmas next year.
Really?
Yeah, because we haven't seen enough on it.
Okay.
And like Nintendo EAD, I don't think they're finished with it yet. But if you could bundle it with something, I don't know what it would be. It would be cool if it was Breath of the Wild. Oh, if you did that, yeah. But
because the reason why I bring it up is because NVIDIA makes some of the chips, and is it the processors or just the graphic chips?
Probably the processor, I would assume.
So they do make some of that stuff for the Switch, and I'm wondering, is it because they having these a ton of this high-end stuff that they released and they announced, and they still haven't released their mainstream, which is going to be around $300 to $400 graphics card of the next generation. Could they then divert some of this older stuff that they have to the Switch and get some of those out? And I guess with new upgraded graphics, would the price be different?
A big thing about Nintendo is they're usually...
You think it's going to be the same price?
Yeah, because Nintendo always prides itself on, of the three big console manufacturers, I'm pretty sure for the most part, they have never taken a loss on an actual system. Microsoft and Sony have taken losses on systems before, and then they make it up in licensing the software. But Nintendo has always prided themselves on every system we make is profitable. Even selling the system, we're making money off of it. So I don't think they would jack up the price too much.
But the reason why I asked is because if you're getting a better system, let's say a Switch Pro, let's call it that. Mm-hmm. Does that mean the original Switch is going to drop in price? Or are they going to sell that at the same price?
No, I don't think they do that.
The reason why I bring it up is because to me it seems like I understand the Switch is doing well and it's doing fine, but if it's kind of like Nintendo wants its cake and eat it too, and it's got 1 foot in and 1 foot out. It's kind of doing the hokey pokey, where they want to be your second console, you're on the move, but also they still want to play in there with the big boys a little bit. And if you want some of your third party, which has always hurt them, third party developers and to make games for your system, or even for developers to get a little bit more out of those games, you need to upgrade the Switch.
Sure. Yeah, I mean, because I don't know if Doom Eternal is out yet, but I'm pretty sure it is coming to Switch. Granted, it won't look as good, but they are making a version that'll run. Some of the more graphic intensive games have found a way to be ported to Switch. So if they were to give you an upgrade in resolution and power just to kind of keep up a little bit, I think that'd be cool.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I just wanted to talk about that because I know we've been talking about the major consoles and we hadn't gone back and talked about Nintendo, and I wanted to make sure because a lot of people do like Nintendo.
Ken from Chicago says third party need higher graphics. Yeah, and we were kind of talking about that. Ken from Chicago, they realized that they don't need to be the number one, but they kind of want to be that number two. So if you want Assassin's Creed Valhalla ported to the Switch, you may need to get an upgraded processor to get something like that over again.
Because that game is, isn't that game supposed to be able to? And see, this is this is the thing that I wondered, and has Nintendo thought this far in advance? As these systems get more and more advanced and you're able to travel through without having that load time, you're essentially dumbing down games that are supposed to be ramped up for next gen. Mm-hmm. How does something like Valhalla that's going to have sea battles, city sieges, going to get dumbed down for Switch, or can you dumb that down? I do not know on the way the Switch currently works if you could even get something like a Cyberpunk on there.
Probably not.
And so that's what I'm saying. So Nintendo, because they're no longer going to be supporting these current generation consoles, is it a kind of a do or die for them to have to upgrade? Because we know whatever Square Enix is working on, we want to see that on whatever the Switch is. And do you see that being like, yeah, we got to do this? It's not a situation of can we do it, that we have to do it.
Well, I think the thing that Nintendo loves is even though they didn't have a lot of great first party stuff this year, they weren't hurting for money because Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah,
killed.
Animal Crossing sold better than, from what I understand, Doom Eternal. Correct?
Oh yeah, it destroyed Doom Eternal. It definitely helped in a perverse way that the pandemic did happen because everybody's at home now, so everybody loves Animal Crossing.
Let me tell you how big Animal Crossing is. Joe Biden and Kamala Harris have characters in Animal Crossing.
Yeah, you can get QR codes for signs in Animal Crossing.
How? What?
Yeah.
Animal Crossing is so big that NPR was doing stories on it. Yo.
Yeah, and you know, are you familiar with Gary Whitta? The guy. He used to be a game journalist.
Who?
Shut up. He used to be a game journalist. Now he makes movies. He wrote the Book of Eli. He did Star Wars Rogue One. He's a screenwriter now. Anyway.
Really?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah, check him out.
I like Book of Eli.
Yeah, but he actually has created his own talk show inside Animal Crossing.
I've heard about that.
Yeah, and he's had big name stars on it.
I've heard. I've heard about it in the zeitgeist or whatever.
Yeah, Animal Crossing's huge.
Yeah, so I guess that's what I'm saying. Like it's almost like a do or die because as these third-party developers and first-party developers are no longer developing games for the current gen. Because Sony's already said, look, this is our, like, Ghost of Tsushima and Last of Us 2 are our last first-party games for PlayStation 4. We're now moving on to the 5. Which means they'll probably have an upgraded version of Ghost of Tsushima on the 5, Last of Us 2. They'll probably port over God of War. We already know we're going to get a Grand Theft Auto 5. We know Rockstar's probably working on a Grand Theft Auto 6. So those games are next gen. Whatever those games can do, third-party developers are going to look at that and say, we need to do that as well. I guess what I'm saying is there's no way in the world you can port some of that stuff. Like when we saw the gameplay video of Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
I'm gonna be honest with you. I think maybe Gotham Knights might be able to run on the Switch, something like that.
I don't know.
So
I would need to see more of it. I wanted to hit up a couple people talking about Nintendo stuff. Ray Sean K says Nintendo needs to do something with Microsoft, like Microsoft has with Game Pass. I agree with you, but Nintendo has notoriously charged you again and again every few years to buy the same Super Mario Bros. 3 because they know you're going to do it.
Yep.
I wish they would do that, but Nintendo's like, nah, you'll buy Mario Bros. 3 again because it's so good.
Yep.
So I wish they would. Who else?
Why? I'm be honest with you. They're like, it works, so we keep doing it.
we keep, and when I say we, I mean all of us, but we keep buying the same. If we would stop buying these games, they would probably be like, oh, we need to put all this together.
It's you guys are literally the chicken or the egg.
Yeah, you're not wrong.
Yeah.
Edward Sanchez Productions says, I'm very excited for Super Mario 3D World Remaster. I think that game does look good. I am curious, Edward Sanchez, are you excited for the 3D All-Stars game with the 3 games in it? And do you think $60 is too much? Anybody that has a Switch can actually answer that question. I'm just curious about it.
Okay.
Somebody said Switch is too small for my hands. Ryan Porter. It can't be.
Time out. Hold on, because you see what Brian. What is it? We're
IMAX.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
IMAX and what? Let's talk about. That's what she said.
Yeah.
My hands aren't that big. Time out, guys.
I was and like real talk. Have you ever tried? If you have a Switch, have you tried to play it in dock mode with like a Switch Pro controller? Because that might be better for you. Yeah, that's about it on Nintendo stuff for me.
Yeah, like I said, I was listening to IGN talk about the Switch, and I was listening to them talk about their show about the next generation.
Next gen watch.
Yeah, I like that, but one of the things that I think that they talked about that really kind of, because this week they leaned heavily on the NVIDIA card thing, and I was just thinking, I was like, yeah, but they make the stuff for the Switch, and they're talking about this. Nintendo's kind of getting left out of the running because everybody's moving ahead, and Nintendo's just in their own little world, just playing their thing, and it's like they're going to look up, and everybody's light years ahead, and they're going to have to catch up because eventually, I think, isn't Nintendo probably going to try to make a home system again?
I mean, the Switch is a home system.
But it's also a portable system, and it's primarily a portable system. So I guess what I'm saying is their next system, will it be another Switch, or are they going to try to do something brand new.
I mean, the thing I like about Nintendo is, like we said, they're not worried about graphics. They're always trying something new. Mm-hmm. So who knows?
Nintendo's the exception to the rule. Mm-hmm. I would like to see what else goes forward, but I want to see them keep going because it's one of those things where I don't have a Switch. If I did get one, it'd probably be for my wife. The one thing that I think we need is you need somebody like Nintendo because you don't, as much as I did not believe in Stadia and had my doubts, I still believe Stadia was necessary.
That technology.
And I honestly hope that technology doesn't go like it just goes in a box like in Indiana Jones at the end with the Ark and they just wheel it. Like I hope somebody buys the architecture, sees the architecture and is like, yo, let's do something with that. The more people who are making games, the better the gaming environment market is for us. So that's all I wanted to talk about. Are we done with that?
I mean, yeah.
Okay, cool. We did Nintendo, what?
People are getting excited about the finals.
Basketball season is the greatest, man. Like, I hadn't been able to watch it like I wanted to with my dad, and because he's been kind of boycotting a lot of sports lately because he's like, man, this is dangerous. Y'all should be playing it all. But
fair enough.
I just hadn't been watching it, and, as a Celtics fan, I was just like, this is our year if we were going to do it. And I was shocked as hell because the number 1 and 2 seeds, which is the Bucks and the Raptors, were 0-2 down to teams who were supposedly lesser teams.
Yeah.
And the fact that LeBron was willing to say, yo, let's shut all this down until we see some change, when he was literally in the West, when everybody said he could not do what he did in the East, in the West, proved all the haters wrong, was possibly looking at his 4th championship.
Might be 5th now, right?
No.
Because he got 3 with Miami.
He got two at Miami, 1 in Cleveland.
No.
He lost the first one to the Dallas Mavericks.
Okay.
By being cocky. There's go to SB Nation, also known as Secret Base now. They do a great breakdown of like all of these sports. Yeah, shout out called SB on YouTube. Great breakdown on like failed championship teams who won and then they collapse. They break down a moment in like a sports history. So like the Malice at the Palace, they break all that stuff down. They're sports nerds like we're video game nerds. And they also are video game nerds because they add in video game graphics into the sports. Wonderful channel, support them. But yeah, a lot of people are really excited about this championship run because they want to see, can LeBron win another championship with the Lakers? His window is closing because he's getting older. When you look at all of this, man has not played in a finals. Like, it's crazy when you look at how long he's been in the postseason. Right. His body is not going to, and he's been lucky and blessed that he hasn't been hurt as much as other people have been.
Yeah.
So, and the way the season has changed with the Clippers, and then who in the world thought the Thunder was going to be this good? I mean, the Thunder gave Houston a run for their money. Like, and then you've got Dallas down there with the Great White Hype. Whoo! Miles Cage if they rig it like they did. And then you have the conspiracy theorists. And that is true because people believe the NBA is rigged because of the ref scandals with Donaghy. And the NBA is just such wonderful. And it's something to do to take your mind off of all this other nonsense. Right. So that's
cool.
Yeah, that's fine. But let's move on to DC FanDome.
Yeah.
See how I said that? How it rolled off the tongue? Because you was a hater. Because you did not believe in that term.
The event, DC FanDome, that first one, I think they did a great job.
They did.
I don't like the name of it.
Hater?
Yeah, that's fine. I'll be a hater.
What do you see going forward for the next one?
Okay, so you're the comic man. You tell me what's supposed to be in this one.
I'm asking you. I don't know.
Because you knew.
I know the next one is supposed to be TV.
It's supposed to be a lot of TVs and more comic book stuff, right?
But the thing is, what I'm trying to figure out is what is left of TV.
Well,
because you're the Arrowverse.
They didn't talk about all of the Arrowverse stuff.
Because
they really only touched on Flash.
Yeah. Okay. So see,
they didn't touch on what's left in Arrowverse now. They didn't touch on.
They did not talk about Batwoman. And remember, we don't know.
So they had her as part of the boss thing,
but they did not show any like stills, the costume.
So we didn't see Batwoman. We didn't see Legends of Tomorrow.
Is that still going on?
Yeah.
And I
tell you, Legends of Tomorrow.
I'm not trying to be dismissive. What shows are still going on?
The only one that's not is Arrow.
Okay. So
you still have
Flash.
You got Flash. You got Batwoman.
You
got Legends of Tomorrow.
Okay.
You got Supergirl.
Supergirl and Stargirl.
Yes. You also have there's a Lois, Superman and Lois one. I don't know what it's called. But they're doing a spin-off of that.
Boo. What? I don't know.
With
Tyler Hoechlin?
I don't know how you pronounce his name. And then isn't Jeff Johns doing an animated Green Lantern?
Well, see, that's what I'm wondering. So there's supposed to be an animated Green Lantern, and there's supposed to be a Green Lantern show by Greg Berlanti, which was not talked about either. So you still have that. You still have Justice League Dark that's supposed to be done by Bad Robot. We hadn't seen anything from that. We did not get a look back panel or anything for the Watchmen. Like I would love, give me a panel with Damon Lindelof, with Regina King, Yaha Abdul Mateen II. That's a lot to say. I'm sorry, but friend of the show. Also. Mama, that's a man. It was cold. I will never stop saying that. Me and Lauren did that review, and Lauren was like, I had to start following him on Instagram. Lauren said the thirst was real. Oh man. Lauren.
She's not gone.
She's gone from here, sir.
I mean, hey,
she's living her life on a Friday night, not working.
That is true. That's man.
Hopefully, she got better internet.
Oh man.
So we got that, and I'm a little upset that they never. And I want to hear from you. I know I like Henry Cavill. I know that they're renegotiating. At the time that he did Man of Steel, he was not in a position of power.
Wait.
Yeah.
Ryan Porter, I did not put respect on it. We named all these shows, and I was gonna go with that first, and I switched. He said, "Put some respect on Black Lightning." Black Lightning.
Oh, my bad.
Black Lightning
is
a great show. Cress Williams, you were doing great. Nafissa,
my bad. I forgot. I forgot all about it.
But yeah, Black Lightning.
Put that on
seasons, fantastic. Show.
And another. So we did not see anything from those shows.
Right.
The one thing that I think which really bothered me, and I think I would like to see, and maybe they will work something out later on, and they can do an announcement. I want to hear from the chat, and I want to hear from you. What do you want to see from a Man of Steel 2? Because we know Henry Cavill's probably going to reprise his role as Superman in Black Adam. The Rock teased it that he was going to fight Superman, which, because I just don't care about Black Adam. But I do like the idea of adding in the JSA into different characters. Because I think The Rock looks like Black Adam. I don't know if he can pull off being Black Adam.
Okay.
That's my biggest thing. But I've been wrong before. We hate it when it comes out. I know what I want to see from Superman. I don't understand why it's hard to make a movie about a alien immigrant who grew up in the Midwest, who became a reporter, to try to do the best he can to look out for his adopted homeland. Oh, and there's an evil billionaire who doesn't like him. How is that hard to do on screen?
You say that, but it doesn't really happen a lot.
Oh, it doesn't? Lex Luthor is not the president right now?
That's not what this show is.
I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is, you're telling me that the fact that the man who is so powerful, he decided, in order to better people, I'm going to become a journalist to see it, because it would be easy to be in hot spots to help people who is an immigrant. You're telling me that story wouldn't resonate right now?
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is people haven't figured out a way to crack that yet.
I understand.
Even if it's topical,
yes,
that doesn't mean it's easy to do.
So what I'm saying is, what would you like to see from a Superman movie that we have not seen before? Take out Lex Luthor. Let's remove him off the table, because we've had that. That's the well they always go to. Take out Zod. We've done that. They killed him. I was mad. Take out Doomsday because you effed that up. What would you like to see from a Superman Man of Steel 2? Because that's what I want from FanDome 2.
It's weird because we're still in the Zack Snyder world, right?
I see.
And it's so weird to. You don't think so?
I say no because the new movies are not following Zack Snyder. Aquaman is not the brooding jagoff that he was in Justice League. Shazam is definitely not in the Snyderverse, the dour. Them villains were. Ooh, them monsters were. But see what I'm saying? So they're moving away from that. So what do you want to see in a Snyderless, don't get me wrong, love Man of Steel, Snyderless Man of Steel 2?
I like the idea of us seeing, and this is somebody who doesn't know Superman well, but I do like the idea of seeing more Clark Kent.
Okay.
And less Superman. I say that now, who knows, I may hate it. But in my mind, I feel like I like the idea of seeing more Clark Kent doing everyday stuff, and then you only get glimpses of Superman, almost like the way the most recent Godzilla movie did, where you didn't really get a lot of Godzilla. You got
whoa! The last Godzilla movie or the first Godzilla?
Sorry, not
because I was about to say King of Monsters gave me all the Godzilla.
The one before that.
Ooh, I bought a steelbook of that, homie.
The one before that, where
Godzilla
you didn't get
with Garth Edwards.
Yes, where you didn't get a lot of Godzilla in it.
I disagree with that.
Giving Superman, like in spurts.
See, I disagree with that because I like Godzilla, the 2015 or whenever it came out. I like it. I own it. However, I want to see more Godzilla. I don't give a shit about them humans. Matter of fact, I hope Godzilla picks up a couple of them and just swallows them like Tic Tacs. That's my Godzilla. Anyway, I would like to see more of them. I feel like it's hard to do them because no one appreciates. And it goes back to something somebody said in the chat, and I want to make sure I get it right. Ryan Porter says because Superman has trash villains. Once you do the origin story, where do you go? And that's the biggest problem. If you go back and watch Batman Animated Adventures and Superman Animated Adventures, you understand Superman is your Captain America. And I say that because Captain America proved that you can have a man out of time in this current world and his values and his morals still works. We all remember that speech from Superman. Sorry, Captain America. Confused my white people. Sorry, Henry Cavill, I apologize.
No Cavillite over here.
Whoo, man, I just got to take,
Yeah. You would have a talk.
10 Hail Cavilites or whatever they call them. I don't know. We hadn't.
Don't you know?
We hadn't figured it out yet.
Okay.
We hadn't figured out the penances yet.
Okay.
So, remember when Captain America said, you don't move, you tell them to move. You remember in Civil War.
Sharon Carter said it.
But you remember when Captain America was like, I don't care if everybody is against me. I know what is right. That's what your Superman should be. Your Superman is almost kind of like your dad. And I know a lot of times people are like, dads aren't cool. I know that because I've seen the pants that I now wear. But
it's got real. Keep going.
Superman is the guy who believes in truth and justice and doing things the right way. The man has the power of God and still follows the rules. Don't tell me that's not cool if you can do it with the man who was frozen in a block of ice from the 50s. That's, I guess, what I'm mad about because you have such an excellent actor in Henry Cavill and you have so much opportunity. Let me see Brainiac. Let me see Livewire. Let me see Banshee or Silver Banshee. So if you go back and watch those original Justice League with Superman, he was not overpowered. He struggled with lifting a submarine or, these things. So give me some of that in the movie. And I think what they mess up in the sense of is, and I've heard this, it's not exactly my
Not your original thought.
My original thought, but it's something I percolated as well. And I thought was very interesting. Pair him with maybe younger hero, or maybe a hero. One of the best Justice League or best stories, in my opinion, is Kingdom Come. This idea in the 90s that all the heroes were extreme, and we were all drinking Mountain Dew, and Monster just came out, and Red Bull, and we were all hyped and excited, and all the old ways were dumb because we're cool, and we got our nose pierced. And Superman retired. He came back. Wonder Woman comes in. He's older. He's more mature. He's got little gray things. He's got a ponytail. He's cool as hell. And you show that these things, these moral values are not dated or not played out. Show us that. And I feel like that's what superhero movies, this genre is about. That light in the darkness. Why is that so hard for DC to get?
Okay. Question for you. How up are you on your anime game? It's been a minute.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. Do you know who One Punch Man is?
Yeah.
Okay. A lot of people have equated the story of the way they do people like One Punch Man, because it is kind of like a Superman story where he can pretty much defeat anybody with one punch.
Yep.
And instead of focusing it on One Punch, they focus it on the guy who aspires to be like One Punch, his sidekick or whatever. Do you think something like that could work in a Superman movie where you focus on the person who wants to be like Superman? Or no, you wanted to just stay on Superman?
See, that's the thing. I'm willing to say, put this character in the capable hands of a team that says, I get what it means to be Superman. Okay. One of the things I think that a lot of people did not like, or were hesitant about The Watchmen, is how can you take this, it's in here somewhere, how can you take this massive tome, give it a sequel, and a proper sequel, given what it meant to comic fans? And Damon Lindelof, granted, was crapped on a lot before he was good, because he's done. A lot of people remember Lost. So you saw what he did, and you saw the reverence he had for the characters, like Dr. Manhattan. You can't tell me they did not do a good job with Dr. Manhattan. Give me somebody like that who has the reverence for the characters. But I want to see a Superman movie in the vein of, and this is maybe somebody I like him. I'm not in reverence of him like other people are. I'm going to throw a name out and think about his movies, and you tell me he would not be able to do it. Steven Spielberg.
I mean, I feel like he has a spectacle, sure.
And so give me that kind of hope in that movie, where everything seems to be dark. Everything seems to be over. And you're like, and here comes Superman. The way I feel about Superman, he's not even my favorite character, but I have grown to appreciate and love him because of what he means. Superman is that dude who has the power that Captain America did when you saw Captain America standing against Thanos. And you were like, I don't know how he gonna do it, but Thanos ain't getting past him.
Right. He put that cracked shield in.
Think about that. Yeah. When you saw that cracked shield and Captain America did this, I'm sorry, my king, I'm sorry. I apologize. Sorry. When Captain America did this, and he was like, and you know,
about to watch that tonight,
and you know, LaDainian Tomlinson was coming down, or who's another good running back? Nobody from Dallas, because they're trash. Leonard Fournette is probably going to win a Super Bowl this year. Ooh, I hate Tampa Bay. But when you're like right there on the goal line, and you're seeing beast mode come down, and you're like, whew, that's your Superman. That is Superman when you say, I don't know how he's going to do it, but this man, and keep in mind, and the one thing I liked about Man of Steel is that a lot of people don't, and I know I'm a shill for Man of Steel. Superman is an alien. It should have science fiction elements.
Sure.
Because he is a man who is not from here. Give me all of that.
So, when, like, the first 20 or so minutes of Man of Steel was on Krypton, you were like, yeah.
Say what?
The first, like, 20 minutes of Man of Steel, they're on Krypton.
Oh, yeah, I like that.
You were, that's, okay, yeah.
Because this is the thing, you need to understand, that's the world he came from.
Right.
and I liked it. Reading some of the comments, the idea of Superman is that he's a beacon of hope, and a lot of people crap on Man of Steel, and I understand it wasn't for a lot of people. A lot of people thought it was boring. A lot of people thought he was whining a lot. I liked it because it showed that being the type of person that Superman is and to become that character, he understood this is a weight. In the age of social media, you got to understand. He knew that becoming this person was going to change everything, and I like the idea that he understands the weight of that. That he wasn't just this cavalier, gung-ho, punching people in the face. All he was trying to do was help people while still trying to figure out who he was. And I love that about it. And I think that's something that's missing in a lot of these movies where people are... And that's why I said I equate Superman to a point with Captain America, whereas Captain America is a guy who does not have powers and still tried... Think about it. Steve Rogers was little. Steve Rogers is little like that to that. Like, that was Steve Rogers as a regular man.
Right.
And these were regular people.
Right.
Like, that's how... And you saw him become Captain America in the sense of he was always Captain America, he just didn't have the power.
Right.
Now you have somebody who has the power to be Superman, but he's learning to become that. And I want to see what happens once Superman has become who he is. How does he become that beacon of hope for everybody else in the face of unmitigating destruction and damage?
It seems like a lot of people are deconstructing Superman the other way, right? Because we were talking about The Boys. Homelander is essentially Superman gone evil, right? And then what was that movie that came out with the little boy?
Oh, that was James Gunn's produced movie.
Whatever it was, but...
Oh, I can see the little kid with the little face thing too, man.
It seems like a lot of the
what is it,
people are having fun with Superman's powers being evil. Do you think it's easier to tell that story than having a guy that's just pure good?
I think it's lazy. I think it's because it's Zaylan Maru. Krypton was okay. I liked the first season. It got a little it's okay. It's not a bad show. I thought it was very interesting. I did like the idea of seeing Krypton itself and Kandar, but I think it's a new hot thing to take something and then flip it, because everybody assumes that because that Superman is a good guy and that he's on the side of truth and justice. And that's the one thing everybody's been scared of, and that's the one thing Batman was always scared of. We saw in Batman vs. Superman. You even saw it with Henry Bendix's character, who we found out to be Martian Manhunter, when he's like, General, I grew up in Kansas. He's like, I'm not here to be America's champion. I'm just here to do the right thing for people. A lot of people want to flip that and turn it and say, well, what if he wasn't a nice guy? What if he was kind of a dick, kind of like Homelander? And it's easy to do that because it's fun to do it. The hard part is showing how those things in the face of... Because think about it. How hard is it? Because we have to deal with rules all the time. And you are always chastising me about breaking them because I enjoy breaking the rules. That's just my personality. Think about for you how hard it is sometimes to follow the rules all the time, knowing you can get away with not doing it.
Oh, I ain't talking about that on here.
But you get my point. Now imagine that times affinity. That's Superman, who's someone who can do whatever he wants to do and chooses not to. And that's why I said, I think Warner Brothers has been very ignorant and very short-sighted about not making their entire franchise built around Superman versus Batman. And I say this as a Batman fanatic. If you want your universe to work, stop building it around Batman. Go after Superman. Because watch this. Who was the MCU built around?
I mean, it was Iron Man.
There you go. And everybody else filled in the gaps. That's what build your universe around Superman, and then everything else will fall into place.
Okay. This has been a lesson on how to build the DC universe.
And he's not even my favorite character.
There we go.
He's not.
We doing another topic, or what's up? Because we got to go soon.
Ryan Porter. So let's get some of these comments because I like some of the way. Miles Case Jr. The light skinned girl on Krypton was fine. She has a name, sir, and you have Google. I don't know it either. I'm just yelling. Ryan Porter brings up a good point. Let's talk about it. Icon is more interesting than Superman. I would wager. I do love Icon. Milestone Comics. I really am glad that they're bringing those back. I want to see more comic stuff, but Superman is an interesting character if you know how to write him. Go read Superman, American Alien, Superman from Joe Kelly when he fought the version of the Ultimates, whatever. Kingdom Come is one of my favorite Superman stories.
I've heard a lot of people talk about Superman Red Son.
That's another good one.
Yeah.
It's not hard to write him. It's just a matter of you have to have someone who has a reverence and understands the character and understands that he's not Batman. Mm-hmm. And Superman and Batman is good in the sense of they play so well off each other. And go back and watch the Justice League cartoons. And that's when I say, when people tell me he's hard to do, and I'm like, Bruce Timm, Dwayne McDuffie, and all of those people did an entire frickin' season of Batman, Superman, Justice League, animated adventures, and that's what we all want to see.
Mm-hmm. We wrapping up?
Yeah, I guess so, because you got to go do a show that I don't care about.
You got to do a show. I don't really do nothing. I just got to make sure we don't time out when we start doing football.
Yeah, I don't care.
Okay. Did you want to talk for a quick second about the future movies or no?
Oh, yeah. So, we did want to get to Robert Pattinson has COVID. The Rock has COVID and his family.
Here is a quick, non-spoiler review of Tenet. We'll have a fuller one once Leroy sees it. Seeing Tenet really got me excited for Robert Pattinson as Batman.
I told you, get at, didn't I?
I never disagree. I agree with you. I never said.
Who was it that you guys were? Oh, Joaquin Phoenix. I forgot. That's the one.
Yeah, I never said anything about
it was
Pattinson. What the thing I said about Pattinson is that Twilight. I'm sure Twilight made him a lot of money, but it didn't do him any favors in terms of people knowing he could act.
But this is the one thing I hate about people like Twilight sucked. Would you not do a 3, 4, 5 movies and get all the money?
That's what I'm saying. He got his paper.
Son, I'm telling you right now, if they walked in right now, it's like, Leroy, hey, we will put you in 4 movies. They ain't gonna be that great. However, you gotta take your shirt off, and you're set for life. I'm not taking it off now because y'all ain't give me no money. But son, my fat ass is gonna be on screen, sucking vampire. I don't care what I got to. Well, there's certain things I ain't gonna do. But I'm just saying, I'm doing it. So I'm not mad at Robert Pattinson because Robert Pattinson got enough money to be like, now I'm gonna go do a Lighthouse movie with William Dafoe.
Yeah.
And watch him yell at me.
Yeah.
Or I'm gonna go do Good Time.
Mm-hmm.
And guess what? I get to be Batman. Suck it.
So that was our take on that. I guess we're good. Him and The Rock got. Somebody brought up The Rock with The Rock having COVID. Would that affect Black Adam? I don't feel like it would, only because from what they showed from FanDome,
I don't think they're shooting anytime soon.
I feel like. I honestly feel like we may have a vaccine to the coronavirus before Black Adam starts shooting.
Well, this is the thing.
I honestly think that could be.
I wonder if they're still working out because they got storyboard all out of stuff, and Rock is a showman, and this is one of those things where he has to present and convince people that Black Adam is going to be a thing. And I know the character, and I'm not that excited. So he has to convince people who don't even know who that is. My wife has entered the chat.
Has she?
So Boundless Book Off.
Always coming in. Katie might be she's Superwoman. Always coming in at the last minute to save us. Okay, Brian, I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna send you an invite tonight on PlayStation, and we'll figure it out some kind of way.
And Ryan Porter, I understand John Boyega's problems with Star Wars. I have my biggest problem with Star Wars, and we'll get into that later.
That might be another topic for next week.
But I will say this. We're watching Lower Decks. We'll have a review after the season is over. But I will say, for Lower Decks, Star Trek is going in a totally different direction TV-wise than Star Wars has gone. And Lower Decks, Disney needs to pay attention to Lower Decks, and they need to do a show just like that. Because Lower Decks is amazing. And I feel John Boyega in the sense of you have these characters, do something with it. And Lower Decks is like, we've got all kind of characters. And Tawny Newsome, woo, she is, remember that name.
Y'all should check her out on Sherman Showcase.
You didn't even know she was on there.
I don't mean she wasn't part of the show. She helped my enjoyment of a great show on...
we got to wrap this up. MX said Houston's up by 8. I got to go see Westbrook screw this up.
Tell these people about it.
All right, guys. We really appreciate it. Oh, Michael, what got you through the week?
Oh, dang. Animal Crossing. And I started watching another Bollywood Indian cinema movie called The Three Idiots. It's a very good movie. It's a surprisingly touching movie about the stigma of suicide in Indian culture.
Oh wow! And it's September Suicide Prevention Month.
Yeah, it was a very good movie. It came out a while ago, but it's on Netflix.
For me, I started playing Warframe. I don't know who in the chat told us about it, but it was when we were talking about. I love Destiny. But I stopped playing it, and somebody was like, "All Destiny is a ripoff of Warframe," and I was like, "It's a free to play game," and I always thought it was a free to play, but then they make you buy the stuff. Oh my gosh, it is not. Oh my, Warframe is intense.
That's what I've heard.
These people love that game.
Oh yeah.
So I started playing that, of course, my kid. And I'll be honest with you, the Chadwick thing really did bother me this week. It really started to get to me when I realized I still haven't brought myself to watch any of the Marvel movies or any of his other stuff. It just hasn't. But I will say playing Warframe and just diving into nerd stuff. Comics has really gotten me through this week. So there's a lot of stuff coming out, and we'll talk about that later. But let's wrap this up, guys. I want to say thank you to Ryan Porter, IMAX, Salem Maru, Boundless Book Owl, Brian Gamer, CB Hunts, my wife Katie, IMAX. Did I say IMAX already?
You just did.
Okay. Rayshawn K, CB Hunts, Ty Williams, Joe Ellis, Miles Cage Jr., Edward Sanchez Productions. I think that's everybody. I hope I'm not missing any. Damon Estrada.
You said Ryan Gamer?
Yep. Trying to make sure I got everybody. I think that's it. We had a small chat this week. Ken from Chicago.
That's it.
I think that's it. So guys, take care of your mental. Watch your back. Go Celtics.